Okay guys, we're going to go over the kettlebell swing today, the way we do it here at CrossFit Littleton. There's a lot of versions and styles of kettlebell work and swings like anything. So this is just one of the ways that we do it here, and it's fairly simple. The reason we chose this movement today is because anybody can go to Play It Again Sports or Kmart or Walmart and get a kettlebell, so they're very accessible for you guys, and it's a great pretty much whole body movement that you can use in your training at home. I've got an assortment of kettlebells here just as some examples for you guys today. The way we have it at the gym, they're color coded, so the pink is 8 kilos, blue is 12 kilos, yellow 16, purple 20, green is 24 kilos, and then a 70 pound at the end. So there's a lot of gradations in kettlebells, and you can choose the weight that's appropriate for you or appropriate for the way that you're training or the kind of workout that you want to have that day. We're just going to start off with the movement without the kettlebell first. It's pretty common that sometimes when people learn to swing the kettlebell, you might see people driving with their legs, so squatting to swing the kettlebell. Today I'm going to show you a take on the kettlebell swing, or the concept of really just opening and closing your hip to swing. And so I'll soften my knees, but I don't really, it's not a squat-based movement the way I'm going to show it to you today. And usually when I teach a beginner this, I'll just have them pivot at the hips here, still keep a good posture, a neutral spine, and they'll have their hands on their hips, and then I'll drive with the hips and let it throw the hands overhead. Come back down, drive with the hips, let it throw the hands overhead, back down, hips and hands. And this is essentially how I'm going to swing the kettlebell, again, just noting that the power comes from the hips and not so much from this vertical kind of squat movement. So I'll go ahead and choose a weight. I'm going to use the 12 kilo for the demonstration. I'll just stand maybe comfortably just outside the shoulders, something like this. The kettlebell needs to pass through my legs on each swing. The way we swing it here is we come almost overhead, such that on the profile you can see the ear, the arm passing over the ear. This is the kind of range of motion we use here. Other style swings you'll see just a parallel. You may have some shoulder tightness or impingement. Some people do. If you can't reproduce this range of motion that I'm showing today, I have some shoulder tightness as well. It's fine. You'll just go to a level that you can reproduce given your shoulder mobility. And in practical terms, just a greater range of motion means more work being done, just so you know. And there are exercises that you can do to loosen up your shoulders and get a little more range of motion. Usually I'll just have people start feeling this out, just feeling how the power is generated with the hips, and then they can slowly bring the elevation up on the kettlebell here. The kettlebell's taut, so I don't have a bend in my elbows when I swing it. It just pulls my arms taut. I control the kettlebell enough so that it's not flopping around this way or this way at the top, right? It's nice and tight. Basically, the bottom faces straight out. And then as I get comfortable with this, I can just increase the range of motion until more or less I start to achieve that height that I was mentioning before. Again, at the top, it doesn't flop, pull me around. It doesn't swing this way. I gotta watch my face. So just the bottom of the kettlebell faces straight out. Very much a hip-driven movement. I don't pause at the top. I don't pause at the bottom. I got to carry this momentum through the movement. I hope you guys can use that in your training. Again, it's a great movement. Fairly simple, and I think it's something that will work well for you in a variety of workouts. So that's the kettlebell swing as we use it commonly here at CrossFit Littleton.